NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Miami. It's the Broncos and the Dolphins on Sunday night.
Playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Denver Broncos and the Miami Dolphins. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
Gets a trip to sunny Arizona for Super Bowl 57. The AFC title game is underway. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led out by the former third-round pick, now in his 11th NFL season, and that's Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The result, a first down as a quick slant gets him 14.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a first down, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Dolphins have got it. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
Here we go.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. And that nearly intercepted. The free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Chase Edmonds taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Dolphins are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by the Chase Edmonds touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Oh, it bowls over it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. On play action, here's Tua. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos about set to go on offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Nick Needham picks it off. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of ends.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Chase Edmonds. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Dolphins continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-0. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The last 2 plays from scrimmage in this ball game pretty eventful. He throws the interception. The other guys, boom, 1 play in there in the end zone. So now he's got to try to bounce back. 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okuebu now. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. They run it again with Williams. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing is Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. It's a big play there for Miami. 49 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 40-yard line.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
He'll swing that out to Edmonds. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And this brings up a 3rd and goal. Draw play, Edmonds. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Now 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. 21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. And the first play will be a field goal try from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Sanders' kick is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and they come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
Free kick out of bounds.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Wilson's throw there, complete to Hamler. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. Throwing again on second down. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. From the gun on third down, Wilson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. On fourth down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantages and all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he loses the football a second time. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered, they still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Better ball security, but not much else to show for it. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here,
and miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
To his throw, caught by his receiver, Hill.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Here we go, set.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Now it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins.
What the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Wilson. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
He'll get this to Hamler over the middle. Touchdown, Broncos! K.J. Hamler from 8 yards out. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. McManus's point after is good. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Finds Hill on the crossing route, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Here's Tua. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Draymond Jones. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's look back to the NFC Championship game held earlier today. And it is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers who are heading to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this AFC Championship game. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Broncos. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there. Both these teams going through their final adjustments before the second half. Which one will lift the Lamar Hunt trophy? To find out, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He is going to find Hill here, and he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a jet sweep. This is Pittman. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Again, they run with Edmonds. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line.
Ready?
Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop him short of a 1st down.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their 35-yard line. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the 2nd half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Wilson. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 19. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this Broncos will kick out of bounds inside the 5. Talk about disaster averted as they hold on to the football. So now our referee looking at the sideline saying, are you sure? But yes, this defense has accepted the penalty. So that means they will not take possession on the fumble recovery. Well, not sure why in the world you do that, but that is apparently the decision. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a third down and very long.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much, unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the fourth quarter, this possession gigantic. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. From just shy of midfield, Wilson looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Wilson will throw again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the fourth quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bradley Chubb able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Hamler now on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. So here is Wilson and the Broncos. Down 24-17. 2:09 to play. They'll have 1 play, maybe 2, before the 2-minute warning as they've got a first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Wilson. And that's caught by Williams. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Wilson to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in here by Patrick. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Throwing now is Wilson. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now Wilson. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Xavier Howard, and the Broncos are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. Now a give to Edmonds. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. And now a low liner. I think he mishit him. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Not good at all. Punt him just 24 yards there. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's Wilson. Able to get this to Patrick. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll get this down to the 42-yard line. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. He's back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. One last shot for Wilson. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. And all that hard work has paid off. They're AFC champions, and on to the Super Bowl they go.
It's got to be an amazing feeling for them, doesn't it, Brandon? The idea that you've done it all that hard work, all that sweating, all that effort, all those times you're getting yelled at by your coach, and now you get to go to the Super Bowl. Put your hats on, guys, and say AFC champs.